And he's really not going to be doing well right now. Even though his Blade Master is fairly stacked with items, which is going to work for his advantage a little bit. But right now, he's not teching to Tier 3. What the? What's going on here?
The great outdoors.
Oh, whoops. Alright, sorry. There's been a mistake there. Somehow I accidentally paused the game. So we'll pause. We'll stick at 8 minutes and 10 seconds here. And then I'm at 8 minutes and 10 seconds right now. I'll allow you to sync up. And actually, I forgot to sync up again at the start. So this is a good thing. Sorry about that. I always forget that. Okay, we'll start at 8:10 right now. And we'll run at 1 speed for the rest of the game. Sorry about that. My apologies. I hope that that will actually probably help you guys out a little bit. Anyway, so you can see I want to try to go get a good item here. I'm thinking about whether I should go creep or just go hit his base. Not really sure at this point. But I just decided to go hit his base because I realized that I don't want him to get to Tier 3. If he gets to Tier 3, I may be in trouble. And actually, this is just some good timing because he's trying to creep himself right now. And he's not able to because I immediately go and hit his base. Kind of a neat coincidence there. That's just luck there that I hit him at the right time. Comes in here. I'm trying to hit his things. He purges my unit. He's going to get that one, but it's going to hurt him in the end. He loses both his guys to abolish. And right now, this is where he's going to start getting hurt. He sends his Blade Master in first, and that's a mistake. Because you know what? Your image is going to get abolished, and I'm really going to focus on your Blade Master and really ream him with Entangle and Mana Burn. And that's what's happening right there. He went into my force with his Blade Master, and that's more distance that he now has to run out. And he's also trying to hide behind things. He's trying to hide behind these this barracks and this thing, and he's cornering himself in, which isn't working for him. Because he's not being allowed to fire back. If he had a tower up there, then he could corner himself in there with less worry, because if I go in there, I take damage. Right now I'm taking damage from a burrow with 1 peon in it. I mean, that's not a big concern for me. And even though I lost a few hunts, my job is to keep his numbers down more than mine. If I lose 3-4 hunts, but I keep his numbers down to 3, regardless of how little he loses, I mean, it's really going to work out well for me, and that's what these entangles are doing, and that was a mistake. You never want to entangle Spirit Wolves, takes my word for it. I was supposed to click on the Shaman, I'm not really sure how that happened. I'll toss that up to another 10 o'clock game in which I wasn't really awake. But you can see I just continue building the same units. I don't build ballistas because I don't need to build ballistas. A lot of people don't understand why I do the ballista push. They say, oh, Crazy Assassin does a ballista push, always builds ballistas. Well, that's not true. You don't always build ballistas. You build ballistas to stop teching toward Tier 3. That's the entire genius behind the strategy. I built 1 ballista here because I want him to have to come out and attack me. And with a ballista, I can do that. But I didn't build 2. I didn't do it real fast because he's not teching to Tier 3. He's staying at Tier 2. There's no reason for me to ballista push. And right now, he's got 4 guys in this thing. He doesn't have enough upkeep to produce a lot of units. He doesn't have much money because he's having to load up his burrows constantly. He doesn't have very much mana. I mean, he casts these wolves. That doesn't help him because you know what? Look at this. Both abolished before they even came into combat. They both got abolished. That's like the biggest thing in my opinion. Never let those wolves ever do damage to you. Always abolish them. You can see, leads with his Blade Master first. And that dude's taking damage. He's trying to run away. He's trying to run away from Dryas. It's not working out well for him. I don't know why he put Lightning Shield on this guy. That was very interesting. But there he goes. Demon Hunter's once again in there. He's going to get entangled right here. He should. Oh, I'm out of mana. He's still dead. Died. Now look where his Farseer is. Immediately jumped. His Farseer was on a right side toward all my units away from an exit. And that's just a mistake. You can't position your units like that. A lot of people don't understand unit positioning. He put both of his heroes in horrible position, and that's why I toss it up that he doesn't understand the game, because he doesn't understand important things like that. If you watch when I play Night Elf vs. Undead, where I position my heroes are essential. It is the most important thing when trying to push an undead, is where you position your heroes so that they're a target. You make him want to think they're a target, but you have an area where you can escape. That's the key. Always having an escape for your hero. And that's what he didn't do. He put his heroes in horrible positions because he didn't really think about where his hero was at. And at this point he's lost the game. Just a matter of point of finishing him off at this. And Shamans are good. Purge is also very good. But this is the thing. Certain things work, but once they stop working, you have to change. And he really had nothing he can change to, which is really the limiting part of Warcraft 3. Because he was under pressure and he didn't have really anywhere he could build in his base, it's very limiting. And in StarCraft on Lost Temple, you could always build in the back of your base if you needed it. You never thought like, oh, where can I build these buildings, you know? That stuff never came up in StarCraft. That's one thing I really dislike about Warcraft 3. If you need to build something, you can't. Because if you're being pushed, you have nowhere to build. I really hate that, personally. I think it's really stupid, too. Now you can see, I mean, he's dead at this point. He's just kind of being annoying. He's got 4 means. He's got no production centers. He's just stocking money. He's not actually mining right now because he's always in burrows. I don't see the point of that. I don't see how you're going to hold off against having no production centers and money. You might just want to quit at that point. But purge works out well until they get dryads, because then dryads even up the purging. So don't underestimate shamans and purge. Trust me on that. It's pretty useful. One thing I'd like to see, though, is I'd like to see purge have less mana cost. I think it's ridiculous that slow is 10 times as good as purge, yet costs so much less. As you can see from my perspective, though, what am I spending my money on at this point? I'm at 60 supply limit. I got my upgrades, good upgrades on both my guys. I'm not building another moonwalk, so I don't want to go even higher. At this point, I think it's just best to keep my force as good as it can be. And this is where the big battle comes out. I should have abolished that, there you go, you just saw me abolish that, image. I should have done that a little bit faster, but I don't think I really cared at this point. And this guy's just being annoying at this point. He's not going to do anything effective. But I think if the biggest thing you can take out of this game is just where and how you position your units is so very important. As you can see, he lost both his heroes because of bad positioning. Not because of my, genius per se. I just did something that I think if you're a good player you would have done. I mean, that wasn't like an amazingly good decision on my part, but I capitalized on a bad decision on his part. And you see, there's another gay thing about TPs, man. Oh, I hate how it just scrambles your units when you TP. That Blade Master was way up in front, the rest of the units are in back. Oh, it's just annoying when stuff like that happens. This is another interesting trick. When you're being hit and run harassed, only keep one guy in a burrow until he actually goes into your base. Why? Because if they see that first shot fire, they'll back away. You don't see. There he goes. He finally emptied out his burrow a little bit. He didn't need that many people in his burrow. There he goes. He just ran his hero in to try to get my ballista. Not sure what he was thinking there. Maybe he realized he had so much money he could lose the hero and just rebuild it or something. I don't know. But I mean, here you go. You got the last 6 minutes of this game. I mean, this is a tournament, so I can understand why he stuck around. There's money here. I don't know. Maybe he can pull some miracle, and maybe I get disconnected or something. Who knows? But in regular ladder games, the thing I probably hate the most is when people stick around after they've already lost. And you can see here, he's trying to expand. But I mean, come on, give me a break here, man. I mean, how could it possibly be where I'll lose my whole force? I won't be able to take out his main, and he'll expand before I notice. I knew he was going to expand down there because that first peon he sent down there. And here I go. This is where I finally just get tired. I say, screw it. I'm going to go into his base. I'm going to take out his burrows, and I'm just going to finish it off because I know I have to get down to that bottom base. So you see me. I go into his base, and he's just trying to run around and make his burrows do damage. It's just annoying. I totally ignore his hero and his shamans because those guys don't do any damage right now. Should have started fighting with his peons, though. That would have been amusing and beneficial. Now you can see here, he's got a tower up here, but I got an ancient, so I'm gonna win that one. And that's basically that. And I hope you enjoyed these replays. Hope you learned a little bit Night Elf vs. Orc, but more importantly than just Night Elf vs. Orc, hope you learned a little about the game in general and how mistakes can both be recovered from, but also you can be severely punished for your mistakes. And thank you very much. Have a good day.